Good morning, students. I see everyone are so fresh and energetic today. Okay, today we're gonna see about a very interesting topic and informative topic. Today we're gonna see about solid waste management. We see in detail about what is solid waste management. See, the introduction of solid waste management is our duty to reduce creating waste and protect environment. Okay? And they are three R's are important in protecting environment. See, now we see what are those three R's. The three R's are also called as 3R cycle. The first R is reduce. The second R is reuse. The last R is recycle. And as you see in the slide, towards your right hand side, you can see reduce, reuse and recycle image. Okay. First, we need to avoid certain things. We see what and all things to be avoided. The usage of unwanted materials which create debris. Like before buying anything, we should think that do I really need it? Example, like if you're buying any packaged foods, okay, they will pack those foods in a package and give you, right, in a plastic cover. So you need to avoid those and refuse to buy and throw plastic products. See, you buy water bottles, plastic water bottles, you buy it and after consuming it, you throw it, right? So you need to avoid these things in order to reduce the solid waste management. Okay? Now we see reduce. First we saw the what and all things we need to avoid. Now we see the 3R cycle in which the first R is reduce. We can reduce the waste by using durable goods like long lasting instead of using the things which are used once and thrown away. For example, we can write both the sides of the paper instead of writing it in only one side and wasting the other side of the paper. And you can share newspaper, magazine and other things with others. Okay. Now we see the second R, reuse. In reuse, using things again and again rather than using once and throwing after single usage. For example, instead of using plastic bags, we can use cloth bags. And instead of using throw pens, the pens which are used once, we can use fountain pens like reusable pens. And instead of using normal batteries, we can use rechargeable batteries. And reuse bottles for other purposes, and we can also repair our own footwears and use them instead of just throwing them. This is the pyramid in which we can see the most favored option and the least favored option, which is also given in your reader. Now we see the third R, recycle. The process by which waste materials are used to make new products is called recycling. So this is the definition of recycle. See, the process in which the waste materials are used for what? To make new products are called recycling. For example, using old clothes to make paper and melting some plastics to make floor mats, plastic boards and hose pipes. Okay, because of this we are reusing and recycling because of this materials. Now we see about compost. What is compost? The process of degradation of organic waste into manure by the action of microorganism is called composting. See, the manure thus obtained becomes natural fertilizer for the plants as well as increases the soil fertility. See, the organic waste such as the vegetable peels are the organic waste, okay. By degradation, like by like dumping them, that turns into a manure by the action of microorganisms which are present in the soil. Those microorganisms turn these organic waste into a manure, and that manure becomes a natural fertilizer for the plant's growth as well as it also increases the soil fertility. Now we see what is incinerate. See, incinerate definition is the burning of solid waste in incinerator is called incineration. For example, the waste from the hospitals, the waste of human anatomical waste such as discarded medicines, toxic drugs, blood, pus are disposed by this method of incineration, okay. What they do is this, during this incineration, the enormous heat kills all the contagious diseases causing germs. So what they do is all these discarded medicines, toxic drugs, blood, pus, all these things are being put into this solid way, put into this incinerator and burn into the enormous heat. In this heat, all these germs are being killed. Even with this heat which is produced inside the incinerator, the electricity also can be produced by the help of this heat. That much heat is produced inside the incinerator. Now we see what is landfill. See, landfilling is a method in which waste are dumped into naturally occurring or man-made pots and covered with soil. See, in this what they'll do is the garbage, okay, the waste which is collected by the the corporation people, those garbage are buried inside the landfills. They dig the land and fill all those garbage into the pit, okay. And what they'll do is they'll cover it with the soil. After long, the garbage remains inside the land for a long period of time, and they decompose and they slowly becomes a manure. Simple steps in your daily life can make a big difference. See, what and all steps should we take in our day-to-day life? There are two steps. First step is we should always be to reduce waste. Think of those 3 R's which you studied in the previous slide, and according to the waste pyramid, we need to follow. To keep waste separately, this way the waste remain clean and can be easily reused and recycled or recycled. Like instead of mixing the waste, we can separate the waste as biodegradable and non-biodegradable waste. Dirty waste gets sent to landfills or open dump. Now we see waste separation exercises. See, the solid waste separation management, SWM, is the short form of solid waste separation management. Rules 2016 says that every household should segregate the waste into biodegradable waste, non-biodegradable waste and domestic hazardous waste in suitable bins and hand over those segregated waste to authorized waste pickers or waste collectors to the local authorities from time to time. And no human body, the body means our human body, no body shall burn or bury the solid waste on street on public places, outside pyramids or drain or water bodies. Now we see domestic hazardous waste. Discarded paint drums, pesticide cans, CFL bulbs, the bulbs which we use in our home, tube lights, expired medicine, broken mercury thermometers, used batteries, used needles and syringes, that means injections, and contaminated gauge, etc. These are comes under domestic hazardous waste. So we should learn to segregate the waste in 3 different bins, that is degradable, biodegradable, non-biodegradable and domestic hazardous waste. So we need to learn to segregate the waste in 3 different bins so we can clean and keep our state and India beautiful. So I made myself clear to you all. So thank you students.